Most people never talk about these habits because they are quiet. No announcements, no motivation quotes, no noise. They do not make you look busy. They do not make you look impressive. But if you practice them for just 30 days, people will start asking you one question: what changed about you? These habits work in silence. They do not shout. They do not beg for attention. They create results. And if you stay until the end of this video, the last habit is the one that changes everything. Loud habits are easy to notice. They impress people. They look powerful. But quiet habits do something different. They change who you are. Real transformation does not happen in public. It happens in private moments no one sees. The small choices you repeat every day. Psychology shows that consistency always beats intensity. Doing something simple every day is more powerful than doing something extreme once. That is why quiet habits work. They do not rely on motivation. They rely on repetition. Here are 5 quiet habits that can completely reshape you in just 30 days. Habit number 1, you wake up and don't touch your phone. Most people wake up and the first thing they do is grab their phone, scroll, check messages, absorb noise. Before their feet even touch the ground, their mind is already reacting to the world. Notifications decide their mood. Other people decide their urgency, but high-level people don't start their day like that. Instead, they sit up. No phone, no scrolling. They take a few slow breaths, not to relax, but to arrive. Then they ask one simple question: what is the one thing that must get done today? Not 10 tasks, not a long list. One priority. This single habit changes everything. Because now you're not reacting, you're choosing. You're not chasing the day, you're leading it. And here's the truth most people miss. The first 10 minutes decide the next 10 hours. Habit number 2. You keep promises to yourself. Real transformation starts with small promises. Not big goals, not dramatic plans, small actions, done daily. You say you will read, and you read. You say you will walk, and you walk. You say you will work, and you work. No excuses, no delays, no self-betrayal. Most people break promises to themselves and think nothing of it. But every broken promise weakens self-trust, and every kept promise strengthens it. Psychology is clear on this. Self-trust builds confidence, and confidence changes how people treat you. Not because you talk differently, not because you look different, but because your energy changes, your posture changes, your presence changes. You start moving with certainty. You start acting with belief. You start trusting yourself, and that shows. Because real confidence is not loud. It is not fake. It is not performative. Confidence is built when nobody is watching. You stop explaining yourself. You stop over-talking. You stop over-justifying. You stop trying to convince people to understand you. Not because you are rude, not because you are cold, but because you are clear. When you say no, you don't add a long story. You don't apologize for having boundaries. You don't feel guilty for choosing yourself. Sometimes you say nothing at all. You let silence do the work. You let actions speak instead of arguments. Most people talk too much when they feel unsure. They explain because they want approval. They justify because they fear rejection. But clarity doesn't beg. Clarity doesn't chase. Clarity stands. When you stop explaining yourself, something shifts. People listen more. They question you less. They feel your certainty without you saying a word. Respect doesn't come from noise. It comes from calm decision-making, from knowing who you are, from moving without hesitation. You don't need to prove yourself to be powerful. You just need to be grounded. Because the calmer you are, the stronger you appear. Habit number 4. You protect your focus like it is gold. You stop letting everything pull at your attention. You reduce distractions. You choose depth over noise. You don't need constant conversations. You don't need endless updates. You don't need to know everything happening everywhere. Sometimes you work in silence. No music, no background noise, just you and the task in front of you. You limit social media, not because it's evil, but because your mind is valuable. You stop scrolling when it adds nothing. You stop engaging in drama that drains you. You say no to things that don't move you forward. No to useless arguments. No to energy thieves. No to distractions dressed as entertainment. At first, people may not understand. They may think you're distant. They may think you've changed. And they're right, because when focus is protected, progress shows. Work gets sharper. Decisions get clearer. Results start speaking for you. You move faster without rushing. You grow without announcing it. You improve without explaining. In a world fighting for your attention, the person who can focus wins. Because focus is the new power. Habit number 5, you reflect every night. Not in a complicated way. No pressure to journal perfectly. No long pages. No overthinking. Just a quiet moment with yourself. You ask 3 simple questions. What went well today? What didn't go well? And what will I do better tomorrow? That's it. This small habit turns days into lessons. You stop moving on autopilot. You stop repeating the same mistakes without noticing. Reflection creates awareness, and awareness is where growth begins. You start seeing patterns, what drains you, what energizes you, what actually moves your life forward. Each night you adjust, tiny corrections, small improvements, and over time those small adjustments compound. You don't blame yourself, you don't judge yourself, you just observe, learn, and refine. Most people repeat the same day for years. You don't, because when you reflect, you evolve. And if you do not reflect, you repeat. 30 days pass, and something feels different. You speak less, not because you're shy, because you're clear. You move differently, slower, intentional, grounded. You think clearer, less noise in your head, more direction. Nothing about you is loud, but everything about you is solid. People start to notice, not because you announce it, but because your presence feels different. There's calm in how you respond, confidence in how you decide, strong boundaries without aggression. You're making progress quietly. No updates, no explanations, no need for validation. And that's the shift. You didn't change overnight. You didn't chase attention. You didn't force anything. You changed quietly, and that's why it lasts. Which habit will you start today? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Comment the number below. I reply to comments. If you believe quiet growth is real, like this video, and subscribe if you're building yourself silently.